Hi, my name is Stephen Martilli. Welcome to freedomeducation.ca. I've got a really good video for you today. I know I say that a lot, but this is a really good video. This is a great point, and I think a lot of people miss on it. One thing that's a common mistake people make with the law of attraction is they'll set an intention, they'll put the thought out, they'll feel it, things are going great, but then they come up this bang, things stop, and they get stuck. And to give you an example in my own personal life, when I was starting to get into entrepreneurship and start to meet people who had a lot of money, I remember reading this one seminar, and I just found out the guy beside me had become a self-made millionaire. And I'd been talking to him before, and I didn't know this, and I was completely fine. And as soon as I found that out, it was just like, and all this tension and fear came up. And I was really like careful around him. And then I actually went to the other side of the room and sat somewhere else because I didn't feel comfortable sitting beside him. And this guy, it triggered. What triggered? As soon as I heard that he was a self-made millionaire, boom! I walked out of the room and went to another part of the room. And the reason I did that was because I went back and I looked and I was, what was going on? Well, I was saying to myself, well, you can't trust people with money. And if I couldn't trust them, I couldn't talk to him. And it was so amazing because I didn't even know that he had been a self-made millionaire up to that point. As soon as I found out, bang! It was just like the trust levels just went right down. And what's really interesting about this is that that's the first common mistake with law of attraction, is that people have this great desire, this great goal, and they've done all the right things, but there's a counter-intention, or there's a deeper level, like a belief or a value, or just a counter-intention that's pulling them back. So they have this internal resistance. One part of them really wants it to happen. The other part's like pulling you back. And it keeps a lot of people stuck. And until you resolve that internal deeper level, then you'll continually get stuck at the same point. So you'll be spinning in circles. You might notice that you're like, I was just at this point last year. How come I haven't moved any further forward? And the reason you haven't is because you've got this internal resistance pulling you back. A lot of people will say it's the outside stuff, but it's not. More than 90% of the time, it's the internal stuff. It comes up in my coaching, comes up with people that email me through my blog. The internal stuff has a huge, it just has a huge bearing on how you progress and move forward towards your goals. And so, one common misunderstanding is that people say, when the time is right, then I'll be successful. Like it's going to drop in their lap. Or, when the timing's right, then I'll achieve that goal that I want. And here's my whole, basic philosophy on time. Time doesn't exist. It's just that there's harmony. And when you're in harmony with what you want, and that's why how people create harmonic goals, when you're in harmony with what you want, then you just resonate with it, you attract it, and it happens instantaneously. It can happen that fast. So the key is to continually work on yourself and get in harmony with what you want. And as you get in harmony with what you want, you'll attract it into your life, and it will come in. But if you've got those internal beliefs, that deeper level, that's just not agreeing with what you want, then you've got to do one of two things. You've got to either resolve it, or you got to replace it with a different thought or a different layer. And when you do that, then everything starts to show up. So that's the first common mistake that I noticed with the law of attraction. I'm going to show you the other two this week in 2 other videos. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you've got any questions, you want to drop me a line, drop me a comment below. Make sure to subscribe to my feed for my blog so that you get more videos like this. My name's Stephen Martilli, and we'll talk to you soon.